Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Luke and I do perfume reviews. If you're new here, please consider subscribing if you like this type of content. If you're a regular subscriber, welcome back. I urge you to like this video and leave a comment if you wish to. I really enjoy reading your comments and interacting with you. Today I'm doing a review of Dior Dune, which is a magical fragrance and I think it deserves a review of its own. I've had it in my collection for many years and I pull it out many times a year. I wear it in the summer, I wear it in the dead of winter. It's such a unique scent. It's truly magical. It was groundbreaking when it came out and it deserves to be talked about. Unfortunately, it's not as readily available as it used to be. You can't really find it in most department stores. You can still purchase it on the Dior website, which makes me really happy because even the new version, the one I have, mine is probably around 3 years old, but it's still a newer version. Even the newest version still smells good, in my opinion. It still smells like Dior Dune. It's just a bit fresher. It's not as rich. It's not as deep. But let's start at the beginning. So Dior Dune is an eau de toilette. It was released in 1991 and it's classified as an amber floral. Of course, there's much more to it. It's not just an amber floral, but let's talk about the basics first. It was created by 3 different perfumers: Dominique Ropion, Jean-Louis Cezac, and Nejla Barbir. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing any of these names. So these 3 perfumers joined forces and created a truly groundbreaking perfume that started a new trend in a new decade. Dior Dune started the aquatic trend. Even though it's not an aquatic perfume, it's just a fresher version of a classic oriental that you could find in the 80s, in the 70s. It's definitely much fresher, much airier, much lighter than opium or cocoa. It's a departure from those traditional orientals. Even the bottle is truly special and innovative. It was really, really groundbreaking when it came out because it resembles a pebble. And it was designed by Véronique Monod, if I'm not mistaken. So just like with Poison, Dior started a new trend with this fragrance and they succeeded. It's still considered one of the most iconic perfumes from the 90s and it's become a collector's item. It's not even a perfume anymore. So let's go over the accords and the notes very quickly. The main accords include woody, ambery, balsamic, spicy, powdery, sweet, white floral, floral, vanilla, citrus. And the main notes include Brazilian rosewood, aldehydes, mandarin orange, bergamot, peony, lily, ylang ylang, jasmine, rose, wallflower, amber, sandalwood, benzoin, oak moss, vanilla, patchouli, musk. As you can see, the base is still very much a traditional woody, ambery, mossy base, which makes the perfume very dusty, woody, powdery, and dry. But the top notes and the middle notes are also very, very unique. In the top notes, we've got aldehydes. And when you first spray it on, you get this burst of aldehydic freshness. It just takes you on a beach. It's so fresh. It just smells like ocean breeze or sea breeze. And the dryness in the dry down sort of reminds you of hot sand, of being on the beach, of desert dunes. It's such an evocative fragrance. It evokes so many things and it defies description, in my opinion. This scent, it can't be described. It's such a unique scent. You need to try it. You need to smell it with your own nose. And you need to keep smelling it for years to finally understand it. And it took me such a long time to finally understand what this fragrance is all about. And my favorite part is the dry down, that balsamic sweetness and the dustiness and the dryness of the woods and the oak moss and the powderiness. It just relaxes you. It's so comforting. I always found it magical. Even when I first tried it, I was so intrigued. It was something different. And I love everything about this fragrance. I love the bottle, the aesthetic. I love the way it smells, and I cherish my bottle, and I think I need a backup. Dior Dune truly has that je ne sais quoi. It wears beautifully in the summer heat, and it also wears beautifully in the dead of winter. In the summer, it's fresh and uplifting, but in the winter, it's warm and enveloping. And I'm not saying it becomes a different fragrance because it still smells the same, but that's just how it makes me feel, and I absolutely love it. It's so versatile, so groundbreaking, and when I put it on or think about it, I see sun rays, a salty ocean breeze. I see sand dunes on the shore where the desert meets the ocean. It evokes the calm of desert dunes. It also smells beachy, but it also evokes melancholy and sadness and even otherworldliness. Some people say it's austere and bleak and melancholic, and I can see why. It's not a sad fragrance for me. It doesn't make you sad or depressed, but it does have an effect on you. Whenever I wear this, I start to contemplate, I take a step back, and I start listening to my thoughts. So I can safely say Dior Dune is a masterpiece. It's smooth, woody, mossy, mysterious and sophisticated, and I often crave it. It moves something within me, a memory, a feeling, something melancholic that just defies description. There's so much freshness in the opening. You get this salty sea breeze, yet it's so ambery and woody and even oriental, but a very light oriental. And there's also just the right amount of sweetness, which prevents it from becoming sharp masculine cologne. It's definitely not that. It's a very soft fragrance, even though in my opinion, this is perfectly unisex. Anyone can wear this, and by today's standards, it could be considered masculine. I've tried some masculine perfumes the other day. The new one from YSL, I think it's called Myself. And that one is 10 times as sweet as this one. So sweetness is not everything. Nowadays, everything is overly sweet. I love a sweet perfume, but Dior Dune is not that sweet. And that's what makes it special. That's what makes it magical. At least in my opinion, Dune is incredibly unique. But there are some perfumes that smell similar to it. The first one that I tried that smells really similar, at least in the dry down, not in the opening is very minty, is Laura Biagiotti Roma. The second one that smells very similar to this one is CK Obsession. And the final one is Crazy Crisia from the House of Crisia, which was also released in 1991, just like Dune. And I think even the perfumer is the same. Actually, I know someone who wore Crazy Crisia in the 90s, and she says it smells almost the same as Dune. So in case you can't afford Dior Dune, I suggest that you check out CK Obsession or Laura Biagiotti Roma, which is another stunning, affordable vintage scent, and I can't wait to add it to my collection. I also have to say a bit about the performance of Dune. So Dune is it's a strong perfume. It has big sillage at first, but this new version unfortunately becomes a skin scent in about 2 to 3 hours, but it still lasts on me all day. So even though the performance has been compromised because of the reformulation, it still lasts a very long time on me. It just doesn't project. So my apologies if this review didn't do Dior Dune justice, because it took me many, many years to finally understand what I'm smelling. With Dior Dune, it's such a unique perfume that you can't describe it. You can say it's an oriental, you can say it's floral, it's aldehydic, you can say all of the above, but you can't do it justice with words because it's an absolute masterpiece. You have to smell it, you have to experience it, because this fragrance is an experience and it takes you on a journey. It takes me on a journey and it makes me happy. Please tell me in the comments, have you tried Dior Dune? Is it your signature fragrance? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Ask me anything. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye.